To do the back also. Is going to be annoying because I cannot see what I'm doing. Hey guys, Chris from F90. So before, I made a video saying that I'll never press the service button on the Audi and hopefully I'll never have to. But today I'm gonna have to because I'm an idiot and I messed up my car. Hopefully not too bad, but enough to where I'm gonna need to press it and get some help. So let's see how this is. Oh, I know what I need to do. Opening the garage door first. Alright, let's see how this works. So we're gonna turn it on. That's fine. So my malfunction is the brake. It's actually the emergency brake. I don't know why it's not. There it is. Parking brake malfunction, please contact service. And there should be just a brake one too. Yeah, wear limit, which is in the rear. So, alright, let's see how this goes. Let me press it. I mean, I'm not roadside, I'm in my garage, but whatever. I guess I hope that works. Or maybe I'll just add another button. Maybe this blank here where it's like garage side assistance. Okay, so I pressed the button, but it was loading and it was taking in the car data and it was taking really long, so I just called from the phone number. So they dispatched a towing truck. So this is gonna be a little interesting because I have a sloped driveway. So I'm hoping I have some brakes so I can at least get on the tow truck and then have them figure everything else out at the dealer. So wish me luck. Okay, so my savior has arrived. There he is. Let's see how this is gonna work out. How long have you had this for? How do you like it? Alright guys, so we're back and there's an empty garage. There's nothing here. But the other car will come back. The S4 is currently at the dealer and we'll see what they say. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I've asked them also to do the rear brakes, at least on the one side, since I got one side done. They had no loaners, so I had to take a lift back, but we'll see what happens. How bad did I mess up? I have no idea. If you guys think it's going to be costly, let me know. I hope not. But yeah, we'll see what happens after this. So that would be a lesson to you. Electronic parking brake. I guess do your research. Don't try to go and do that. You could do the fronts. I think that's fine. But the rears, there has to be either a service mode you have to put the car in, or use some kind of like an OBD 2 or 11 system that you can kind of put into service mode and push the pistons back electronically so the handbrake doesn't interfere. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now, and I'll send an update and we'll see what happens. All right, so we just picked up the car. No warning lights, nothing. Seems fine for right now. I guess I'll mess with the parking brake and see if there's anything else, but I think we're good to go. This doesn't spin as well as I thought it would. But anyway, so after having the car back, it's been 3-4 weeks now that I had the car fixed. No warning lights, no issues with the parking brake, with the emergency parking brake. My brakes are fine also. But let this be an important lesson to all of you guys. Now that cars are getting a bit more electronic, not as mechanical anymore, you're gonna need something to interfere with the computer system in order to move some of the pistons back. The fronts seem fine, but the rears, especially if they have an integrated emergency parking system, you're gonna need some kind of electronic way to move it back. Some cars have a service mode that you can put this in. Sometimes you have to buy an additional adapter to attach to the OBD in order to make sure that you push the pistons back. So what happened with me, let's see how expensive this thing actually was. So what's really funny is, okay, what they said is, customer states has brake pads for the rear left side that needs to be installed. And that's not it exactly. Here we go. Here we go. Customer attempted, partly successfully, to perform rear brake pad change, damage right rear caliper causing leak, and replace right rear caliper, change brake pads on the left rear axle, and perform brake fluid flush on the system, test drove and operated as designed. I knew as soon as the fluid started leaking out. Well, actually, let me explain what happened, since I actually don't have footage of that. I was trying to change the rear pads, and it took me about 30 minutes just to kind of get to where I wanted it to be. I initially moved the piston back, just myself, manually. And I said, I moved it back manually, and then after about 10 minutes, I almost had the second pad in, and the car, I guess, recognized that there's no resistance, and it moved the piston out. Except without any resistance, the piston moved all the way out and was kind of just there, but it was outside of the socket. So as I was trying to fiddle with it a little bit, it came undone, and then the brake fluid started leaking out, and the whole piston came out. I knew right there and then, I'm like, okay, air's in the system. It's definitely gonna need a brake fluid flush, and I hope I just didn't damage this piston as bad as I did, which I guess I did, and he had to replace the entire caliper because it's kind of just one unit for the rear brakes. So there's that. I wish I had footage of that. I don't, because it was just 30 minutes of me just doing nothing, trying to figure out how to get the pad in there with the piston hanging there. But in any case, the piston came out, I pushed it all the way in, and I kind of screwed it in there. There's like this little screw that's out there. It looks like a flower at the end of it, and I pushed that all the way in, and I was able to get it on the tow truck, as you guys saw. So there's still some fluid left in there, but no, way too dangerous to drive to the dealership. But in any case, let's see how much this actually cost me. Brake fluid, the housing, and the caliper, and the labor. So the parts were $999.
and the labor was $412, so that's just great. And then with the charges and the tax, no discount because, okay. And the final amount was $1,505.32. So a costly mistake, not looking into exactly what I needed, but it looks like I need a VATCOM type system, OBD system, in order to move the rear piston back in order to get to the brake pads and do them myself. Or if you want to do them yourself, that's exactly what you're going to need. The fronts, you don't really need that. There's kind of just like every other front pad, and you could just switch them out as normally. So let this be a lesson to you. Again, make sure you research what you want to do and don't just start doing stuff, especially on cars as expensive as this. They can really ruin your day. Again, learn from people who've made the mistakes, this guy, and make sure you research everything. The forums on any car are a great place, and someone's bound to have done something like that. Or you can go to the forums and see somebody who's done it wrong, this guy, and then kind of learn how not to do something. But that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully I won't break any more stuff on the S4. I do have to give it back. So far, everything's good with that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.